Coming up on Mountain News this morning, there's about to be some changes to how COVID-19 updates are communicated to the public, and supporters for mental health awareness gather at the state capitol to support some new bills being discussed by lawmakers.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning to you. It is 6 o'clock here. I was looking the wrong way for the clock. Okay, anyway, I'm back. Welcome back to me. Let's take it over to Brandon Robinson for a look at our forecast. Brandon, I don't know. I told you I was rusty. I've been rusty.
Listen, so the clock is over there.
I was looking over there.
Above the door.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I know sometimes you have a little bit of trouble reading it, so we'll help you out.
And it's a digital clock.
It's okay. It's okay. We got your back. We got your back, Dakota. Now, it is a kind of a dreary day out there this morning as those rain chances continue for a little bit longer. Let's take a look at our satellite radar loop for the last little bit. Heavy rain at times. There's still some coming through in those northern counties, basically from Rockcastle and Laurel all the way up toward the I-64 corridors. Just be careful this morning. Come through some heavy pockets myself coming through here. And we'll zoom out to the regional view. You'll see most of this on the way out, but most of this coming from low pressure that came out of Tennessee a little earlier this morning. All right, temperatures pretty stable for the moment. Upper 30s there in the northern counties, mid to upper 40s for some in the south there. Some warmer pockets stuck there, but again, most of us close to the 40-degree mark this morning. Not only here, but across the state and region. 36 Cincinnati, 38 Charleston, West Virginia, 49 in the Tri-Cities, and 37 Paducah, Owensboro, and Louisville. 47's our forecast high today. Average high is 55. Record set back on this day in 1992 of 81 degrees. Dakota?
All right, Brandon, thank you. Governor Andy Beshear held a COVID-19 briefing Monday where he discussed new CDC guidelines and how COVID updates will be communicated to the public. Despite the new COVID-19 mapping system, our entire region is still in the red. Our Alyssa Williams talked with healthcare officials to try and understand why.
Governor Beshear announced on Monday that the CDC changed the way they measure COVID-19 severity, which means that Kentucky counties will now be categorized by low, medium, and high COVID-19 community levels.
You know, COVID is being seen as now it's a fact of life. It's going to be with us. It's not going away anytime soon.
This new method will focus on a combination of incidence rates, the number of hospital beds being used, and the number of COVID-19 patients occupying hospital capacities.
What you'll see is we've basically gone from all red, which were previous indicators, to a lot of yellow, some green. We haven't seen green in any form in a long time, as well as some red on here. We anticipate that a lot of this red will be yellow within the next week.
Public Health Director for the Kentucky River District Health Department, Scott Lockard, says although many eastern Kentucky counties are categorized as high COVID-19 community levels right now, in a few weeks the region should catch up with the rest of the state.
These Appalachian Mountains are great. They protect us from a lot of things, and sometimes it means that we get the virus and we get things that are happening elsewhere a little bit later.
Lockard adds that this new method of COVID measurement is a much more balanced approach than previous methods.
We're just really trying to take a step back and get a broader look here, a big picture look at what's going on in the community instead of just looking at transmission rates to determine what our approach should be in that community.
Continuing to learn more throughout our fight against COVID-19. In Hazard, Alyssa Williams, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, the governor also announced that COVID-19 numbers will be posted weekly from now on. The University of Kentucky is not making changes to its COVID policies just yet. Campus leaders will discuss the mask mandate later this week. The university's president is taking feedback from his senior team and from health experts. UK's Department of Forestry and Natural Resources is starting a Bradford pear bounty program. It's an effort to help landowners replace their Bradford pear trees, which have become an invasive species in Kentucky. While not all non-native species are invasive, the Bradford pear is, and so that is why they are trying to cut back on its growth and plant more native trees that are actually more beneficial to the area.
Native species belong here. They interact well with our other native plants and wildlife and aren't going to invade our natural areas in that same way.
Through a partnership with other Franklin County organizations, they are asking those who want to participate to cut down your Bradford pear trees and present photo proof to receive free new seedlings. And while they will be smaller than what you had initially, in the end, it's a great help to the environment. Well, the National Alliance on Mental Illness held its 7th annual rally in Frankfort Tuesday morning. Supporters for the mental health awareness gathered in the rotunda to hear what lawmakers are doing to support mental health. Several bills are going through the General Assembly right now. House Bill 48 would prevent anyone with severe mental illness from receiving the death penalty. House Bill 174 would extend medical coverage for women for a year after giving birth. House Bill 44 would approve mental health as a reason for an excused absence from school. Lawmakers say they're committed to making a difference in mental health outcomes in the state.
You all are out there each and every day on the front lines fighting this depression, this anxiety, this nervousness, this distress that we so often see in our modern world.
Lawmakers took time after the rally yesterday to thank those that came out and organizations like NAMI, saying that their door is always open if they can help in any way. Well, gas prices are skyrocketing for Kentucky businesses, and we talked to two in southern Kentucky that are seeing the cost be in business escalate with no end in sight. Arthur Pendleton has more on the situation in Pulaski County.
Charles Day runs his own business and is watching his expenses go through the roof.
So about every day I'm putting in $75 more or less just to get through the day back and forth to work.
The high cost of gas is only compounded by supply issues that sometimes has him driving to multiple locations just to get supplies for one job.
3 of them in Tennessee, 1 in Lexington, 1 in Louisville just to get the material we need.
Inflation is already high, and unfortunately because of this, it's likely to go even higher because the cost to take things places, to be driven somewhere, is going to result in those prices on the shelves going up.
We're having to pass it along to our consumers and to our customers, and because it's part of the increase, so it's just making milk higher.
Prairie Farms in Somerset ships to Kentucky, Alabama, and Tennessee locations.
Fuel is driving all the pricing to us up, supplies and everything else.
So how much does a fill-up cost right now?
About $120.
$120.
Yes, sir. Every bit of it.
Money spent just to make money. Experienced by many. In Pulaski County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
The Prairie Farms general manager says product on the store shelves will increase in cost as gas prices go up. Yesterday, Governor Andy Beshear was asked if he would take any steps to lower those gas prices. He says the legislature sets the gas tax rate. Lawmakers would have to make those changes. The governor says his team is looking at other ways to save Kentuckians money, like freezing car taxes, to help offset the increase in costs. Well, an unemployment bill is heading to the governor's desk. House Bill 4 would limit the time people can stay on unemployment and create new requirements to qualify. Lawmakers in favor of the bill say it will push people to find work. Those against it say it hurts people in communities where jobs are scarce. The bill will now go to Governor Beshear and is expected to be vetoed, but lawmakers have enough votes to override that veto. Well, the state of Kentucky has millions of dollars invested in Russia. Rumors about the investment got attention online last week. On Monday, the Public Pension Oversight Board discussed the situation. The Herald Leader reports the investments come from public pension funds. The holdings were worth about $62 million before Russia's economy crashed. Kentucky's teacher retirement system had about $32 million in holdings in Russia. Pension leaders say it would be very difficult to divest that money because it's just a fraction of the TRS's total assets. The First Lady will be in Kentucky today. First Lady Dr. Jill Biden will be visiting families of soldiers at Fort Campbell. Members of the 101st Airborne Division are deployed in Europe in support of NATO and Ukraine.
6:09 here on this Wednesday morning. We continue to track a little bit of rain across parts of the area and some snow back up to the north there into parts of just south of Louisville and just east of Cincinnati, west of Parkersburg, West Virginia this morning. Heavier pockets of rain going through several counties in the northwestern parts of our coverage area. We're looking at temperatures in the 30s and close to 40 for most spots, 46 Harlan and Middlesboro, and 45 in Wise, the warmest spots in our region. 47 this afternoon. Chances for showers early, then otherwise cloudy skies. Now, as we look ahead, of course, we know that there's a good chance of some weekend snow. How much is the possibility that we're still trying to pin down there? Mainly dry before that on Thursday and Friday, but a dreary day ahead today. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you so much. More news is on the way when we come back. More people continue to pour out of Ukraine as the humanitarian crisis in Europe intensifies.